Welcome back to the second lesson of the series on piano basics for beginners. I remain David Olaye. In this video, we'll be talking about major scales, and you are learning how to play 5 major scales within few minutes. What? Let me show you how. So what are major scales? I don't like to beat around the bush. Major scales are simply your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now, I'm very sure most people are familiar with that soprano. They hear that even if you are not a music person, you will keep hearing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So that is how I will introduce it to you. Any scale that can give you do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, they are called major scales. So how do you construct a major scale? That is, how can you figure out a major scale on any key? For example, if you decide to pick this particular key, how do you get your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do on this key? Now quickly let me tell you, anytime I'm taking scales, I always want people to understand what I'm doing or what they're doing on the instrument. Now I take my scale explaining letter names, soprano, and number system. So you have to get familiar with those three because you need letter names. It's the letter names that will help you to know that okay, you are in this key, but soprano will remain constant. It will still be your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now let's go right into constructing a scale. Thank God we have learned tone and semitone in the first lesson. It will make this particular construction very easy for me. Now, if you have not seen that video, go and check it. Check the basic thing you need to know to get started. Now, coming to scale, there's a particular order of tones and semitones to have a major scale, and it is the tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. I remember when I was learning, I used to cram this. I used to sing and play with it. I'll be like tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That is what we need to construct a major scale all over the world. To explain the construction, I'll be using the key F. I can use any key, but let me use F. But don't forget, the focus is playing 5 major scales within few minutes. So I mean F may not be in those scales anyway. Now be using F to explain the construction. The rule says we have tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. The meaning is that from the first to the second degree of a major scale, the first note to the second note or degree, there must be a tone. From the second to the third tone, there must be another tone. The third to the fourth one, there must be a semitone. The fourth to the fifth, there must be a what? A tone. The fifth to the sixth, there must be a tone. The sixth to the seventh, there must be a tone. Then the seventh to the eighth, there must be a semitone. Now using that, let's quickly figure out the scale of F major. Now if I have, let's say from first to the second one, from F to where will I have a tone is going to be on my G. That is a tone. That is, it simply means this is our do, this is our re, and this is our 1, this is our 2. F is the letter name, G is the letter name, do and re is the soprano, then 1 and 2 is the letter system. Now from the second to the third, we should have what? Another tone, which is we move from G to A. Now from the third to the fourth, we should have a semitone. That is, semitone is the shortest movement, so we have A to our B flat. Now from the fourth to the fifth, we should have another tone. That's what the rule says. Then it will land on C. Now from the fifth to the sixth, there should be another tone. Then we land on D. From the sixth to the seventh, there should be another tone. Then we land on E. Now from the seventh to the eighth, there should be a what? A semitone. Then we land on F. So we have F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F as our scale for F major. So it's the same thing as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Or it is the number system you're talking of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now quickly that scale, let me run it. Now you see it will always sound do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do if you construct it right. Now let's go right into playing 5 major scales within few minutes. How will you do that? What are the keys we have to play? Now quickly let's look at it. Now there are 5 keys on the keyboard, the 5 right keys on the keyboard that share the same fingering. They have the same movement for their scale. Once you can play one of them, you should be able to play others. Once you know the notes, you know the letter names of the scale. Now we look at those keys. That is your C. If you move in circle of 5, you have your from C, you You count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the next key. You share the same finger with C. Another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is D. It's sharing the same finger with C. Another one is from your D. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is A. And the last one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is E. So C, G, D, A, and E, they have the same fingering, and we are playing the 5 of them within few minutes. So how do you move your left hand and the right hand to play these scales? That is what we call fingering in music, and by now you should know the numbers of your left hand and right hand if you have seen the first video. So I will put the fingering on the screen, which is the same thing for the 5 keys. The left hand is, if it starts, it's better you start with the left hand. When you play the left hand very well, you play the right hand before you combine. Once you can combine, then you'll be able to combine for the remaining 4 keys. Now we go on. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. The same way you go back. Now the right hand is your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But don't play it like that. If you want to combine it, you have to break it into 2. That is what I teach my students. You break it into 2. You can start like, at this point you are crossing your fingers, so break it into 2. Master this one. You can go back. Master it. Once you are okay with that, then you try to continue it. This is when this one will also move. Then you come back. Now you see that, let me take it again. Please focus on accuracy before you work on your speed. You start on C major. You go to G major scale. D major. A major. E major scale. So that is how to play 5 major scales within few minutes.